on 2K Sports as we get ready to go with our Saturday night presentation. This is Brian Anderson, Coach Stan Van Gundy, and the Hall of Famer Grant Hill here with me at the table, and Allie LaForce reporting from the sidelines. The starters for Albuquerque, and it's Drexler in at the 2. And for the Nets, Schroeder and Thomas make up the backcourt. Nicholas Claxton out there with Ben Simmons, and it's Bogdanovich in at the small forward position. And the tip goes to the Nets. Now here's Thomas. Here's Simmons. It's rebounded by Sabonis. Here's Drexler. Oh!
Wow! He's shaking the hoop. He's actually shaking the whole building.
Oh, what a slam. Look here, the fans going crazy right now. Now here's Schroeder. Here's the teardrop. The shot misses. Arenas passes to Duncan. Boom! He jams it straight down.
Putting that pass right in his stride. Didn't have to slow up and was able to complete the play.
Thomas outside. Blocked! And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession.
Home team ball.
Here's Simmons. Pass to Thomas. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. It's rebounded by Sabonis. And here's Sabonis. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. Here's Hill. Off with the layup. Outside Bogdanovich. Takes one from 10 feet. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting.
And Bogdanovich looks to score often, which makes the defense get aggressive with him.
And so Bogdanovich nails them both. First quarter and about a minute and a half in. On offense, here's Albuquerque. Pass to Drexler. Fires from deep. Brooklyn pulls it in.
And this is exactly who you want taking that shot. He just missed it.
Rejected. Here's Bogdanovich. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Sabonis. Claxton against Sabonis. Inside. That's good from Schroeder on the assist by Bogdanovich.
Man, how about the selflessness from Bogdanovich? I mean, all for getting it to an open teammate.
Here's Arenas, covered by Schroeder. It's good.
Ooh, how sick was that, guys? I mean, he makes defenders look silly with moves like that.
With the teardrop. That one's off. He's 0 for 3 now. And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And down it goes. 2 points. Duncan's gotten his second bucket on the night.
Just taking it right to the rim, and no one was there to greet him.
Once he gets in deep on the defense, there is no way he's missing a layup like that.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
For Brooklyn, Sharp. He's checked in for Claxton. And Watford subbed in for Ben Simmons. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Thomas misses. Albuquerque leading by 4. Well, you look at Cam Thomas, Grant. You think he has the potential to be a star in this league?
Well, you know, it's tough to say, B.A. He has a lot of talent, especially as a scorer. I think he has to keep evolving other parts of his game if he wants to become a full-fledged star.
Count the basket.
Yeah, so skilled offensively. Getting the ball in his hands is generally a good idea.
Thomas with the ball. Pass to Watford to the middle. There's the block. All alone on the break. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down. And we're approaching about 3.5 minutes played in this first quarter. Brooklyn trails by 8. They're searching for a way to score.
Yeah, buckets have been very tough to come by.
Bogdanovich against Hill. Clock at 6. And denied. He sends it right off the glass. Oh, a huge slam. An exclamation point on that break.
The offensive game plan is clear. Get it inside and go to work.
Yeah, and until the defense makes an adjustment, there's no reason to go away from what they're doing.
Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
For Brooklyn, Finney-Smith's checked in for Sharp. Williams comes in for Bogdanovich, and Milton subbed in for Thomas. Watford gets the bucket.
Hey, good to get him going right away. I mean, those are the shots that really boost confidence.
Yeah, it's always nice to see him drop in a triple early in the game. That'll set him up for success the rest of the way.
Here's Drexler. And the three-pointer goes. Drexler's got 5.
They're not wasting any time putting their stamp on this game. What a start.
Yeah, but you can't let up at all. They've got a chance to put this game away early, and they should take it. Well, when you move the ball, you open up the defense. Great job to make the unselfish play.
Roy.
Oh! Wow!
They've been very effective so far. A balanced attack at its best.
Yeah, now it's all about maintaining this lead, but you can't start playing it safe. You got to keep attacking and executing.
He's not the quickest guy out there, but he can outsmart you and outwork you.
Sabonis outside. And he gets it back. Pass to Duncan. Shot clock and game clock. 1 second differential. Here's Drexler. Tries yet again. That shot is off. Good scoring in this one as we conclude the first quarter. Albuquerque out in front, up 8. And the second quarter about to get started. We'll be back in a moment. Hope you've enjoyed the broadcast so far. Halfway through the first half in this one. Let's look at the energy stats, how the hustle game has been going for Albuquerque.
Well, their defense has been really impressive, especially the number of blocks they've managed to get. It's not easy to keep denying guys at the rim.
And I've also really liked how aggressive they've been in the open floor. I mean, when they see a chance to push it, they go for it.
And Albuquerque looking at who they've got. And it's Arenas in at the 1.
The big-time throwdown.
Check him out. Keeps the grip on that rim after the finish. A little extra emphasis.
Awaiting foul.
Brooklyn making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Wade, he's checked in for Albuquerque.
Substitutions on the court.
Claxton passes to Bogdanovich. Back to Claxton. Outside Schroeder. Pass to Claxton. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. Albuquerque making a switch here.
Checking in for the away team. David Robinson. Tracy McGrady.
Here's Claxton. Goes back up. Outside Bogdanovich. Brooklyn, no good that time either. Albuquerque leading by 8. Wade, that's good.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
And Schroeder has got the ball here for Brooklyn. And we played just over a minute of basketball in the second quarter. Here's Whitehead. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Whitehead's gotten his first bucket of the night.
Able to get a layup out of that one. That's just soft defense.
A nice shot by Duncan.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Now here's Schroeder. Here's Whitehead. No good with the triple. Pass to Wade. Gets stolen by Johnson. And they're on the run. Here's Bogdanovich. And then Bogdanovich with the dunk.
And I like the hustle from Bogdanovich there. Getting rewarded for working hard in transition. Attacking the rim with power.
Tremendous finish. Brooklyn trails by 10. Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Home team.
Brooklyn, Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Then Simmons comes in for Johnson. And it's Thomas in for Whitehead. Hill, he's checked in for Albuquerque. Now here's Bogdanovich. No good there. And here in the second quarter of action, just a hair under 2.5 minutes played. Here's Hill. Oh, and he slams it down. Wow.
In terms of offense, they've been the more efficient team by far.
Well, I think it's because they're calling sets that really match up well with their personnel.
And Brooklyn with possession here. A 12-point game. And that one's good. Simmons has got his first bucket in this one.
The paint is where Simmons excels at finding points. He knows how to own the inside. Like a matador. Olay! There was no defense. That has to be one of the easier shots I've seen tonight.
An unorganized defense like that is not going to help them close this deficit.
Thomas passes to Schroeder.
2 minutes to play. Second quarter.
.152 left in the second quarter. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Outside Robinson. Buries it down low. Robinson's got 6.
Assisted buckets. Every team wants them. They show you're running effective team offense.
Here's Simmons. Hits it. Now 2 of 6 from the field.
The defense kind of opened up for him, and he took full advantage.
Robinson passes to Hill. On the wing, Wade. Back to Hill. From downtown. The offensive rebound. Duncan, the pass to Hill. Second shot opportunity. And that one's good. Hill's got 4 points now in the quarter. 59 seconds left in the second quarter. Right side Schroeder. Can't connect from short range. And a foul called on the way up. So he'll take 2 from the free throw line.
The defense there doing whatever they can to protect the rim.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throws tonight. So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Watford's checked in for Sharp. Finney-Smith comes in for Ben Simmons. Williams is checked in for Bogdanovich. And Milton subbed in for Thomas. Pass to Drexler. Over Milton. Here's Duncan. There's 31 seconds left in the half. Back to Robinson. Here's Wade. And off the left side of the rim, it swirls in for him.
You really have to question the defensive effort on that possession.
Yeah, I got to agree. Their defensive commitment's got to be a lot better.
Now Schroeder. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
Well, the league has put an emphasis to crack down on illegal screens.
Yeah, and yet we still see it a lot. It's a tough thing to police.
The officials were right on top of that one.
These are his first free throws of the game.
Team second.
That free throw no good.
Dwayne Wade shooting 2.
Good on the second one. And through the first half, a pretty lopsided affair. Albuquerque out in front, up 19. And we'll be right back. And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. Schroeder and Thomas make up the backcourt. Ben Simmons is out there with Nicholas Claxton. And it's Bogdanovich in at the 3. And that's the group for Jordi Fernandez as we begin the second half. Drexler, that's good. Drexler's got 7 points in the game. Stolen. Pass to Wade. Releases. Drexler, that's good.
Well, you can see why he's a go-to guy for them. They trust in his ability to shoulder the offensive load.
And he jams it home with authority.
Oh, just an artful little reverse slam.
Power and style. That was sweet. And Schroeder has got the ball here for the Nets. Pass to Simmons. Out to Schroeder. 3-pointer. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Robinson's got 5 rebounds in the game. Oh, okay!
Oh, my gosh.
They've settled into this game. You can see the offense is on fire.
Yeah, and that is key for them. Continuing to build out this lead.
Robinson with a steal. Here's Wade. Offensive rebound. To the left side wing. Drexler, that's good. Drexler's got 11 points here in the second half.
You're leaving him all alone? Good luck. He's going to drill that every time.
Pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
A brilliant dunk, and he hangs up there for a while, too.
Like he's posing for the camera. He's just hanging out, posing for pictures, just making himself at home. They get it back. Here's Wade. Six to shoot. Shoots over Schroeder. Wade misses. Brooklyn with the ball. Simmons, the pass to Claxton. And Claxton throws it down.
The pass-first nature of Simmons. Fantastic job scanning the floor and finding the open time.
Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
Just rising up to the rim.
Man, when he gets up there, he gets up there. You know what I'm saying? Just under 2.5 minutes into this third quarter now. Timeout called. Brooklyn.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Brooklyn, cloudy. He's checked in for Claxton. Johnson comes in for Ben Simmons. And it's Whitehead in for Bogdanovich. Outside Schroeder. Pass to Whitehead. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Here's Drexler. 16 points for him. Out to the right wing. Thomas with a double team. 6 on the shot clock. Arenas. Johnson with the defensive effort.
Last 2 minutes to play. Third quarter.
Down low. And it's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. Brooklyn, Finney-Smith checked in for Johnson. Williams comes in for Whitehead. And Milton subbed in for Thomas.
Zaire Williams. Shake Milton.
Pass to Finney-Smith. Outside Milton. Just 5 on the clock. Shoots over Robinson. Robinson with the block. They get it back. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Watford's checked in for Clowney. On offense, here's Albuquerque. They're on a 13-4 run. Here's Arenas. And count the basket. He was fouled, and he's going to the line for one more. First trip to the free throw line for him tonight. And that one misses. Over Williams. Pass to Duncan from deep. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
He's got a sweet stroke from long range. Plenty of bigs do now.
And Brooklyn with possession here. Things just don't seem to be clicking for them offensively.
Yeah, they really need to find a way to get back on track.
Back to Schroeder. It's tipped. Here's McGrady. Williams defending. They get it back. Arenas passes to Drexler. And again, it's Albuquerque from deep.
Here in the second half, they're really focused on stretching the floor.
Yeah, and where has the defense been? They've been content to let them fire away. They've got to close out to the arc.
It's 2-on-1. Jumps up. And the dunk to finish it off. A beauty.
They're really in control on both ends of the floor right now. Turnovers and finding easy points while the other guys struggle to keep up.
We look at all the turnovers. Boy, what a way to drive your coach crazy.
Yeah, your game plan means nothing if your players can't execute.
4 seconds separating the shot and game clocks. And it's flushed down. A nice jam.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Now here's Schroeder. He's closely guarded. Can they get it? He can't hit that time. And so it's Albuquerque destroying the competition as they end the quarter with a colossal 40-point lead. And they've racked up a ton of turnovers. We'll be right back after this word. And while we have a chance, let's go to our State Farm assist of the game.
This is the definition of team chemistry. I love to see this kind of communication and connection between teammates leading to the perfect pass.
Well, it's one of the core parts of the game. Reading the defense and creating an easy bucket for your teammate. That is pretty.
And there have been 2 very different performances from these teams today as we get going in quarter number 4. And Albuquerque looking at who they've got. They've got Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's Duncan in at the power forward position.
And he's been an ideal teammate tonight. He's really creating plenty of looks with his passing.
Yeah, when there's been an open man, he's found him. And you love to see a guy dishing it like this.
Pass to Clowney. Back to Schroeder. 6 to shoot. And he got the whisk. And they want a second opinion on that call. The signal for the coach's challenge has been made.
And even with the coach's challenge in place, we've seen so many of these personal foul calls still disputed even after the video review.
There's no doubt there's going to be a gray area in a lot of these calls. But at least we have the option to take a second look so the officials can be sure they get it right. And they've made their decision. The call will stand.
And as much as it hurts to lose a challenge, I think Coach would challenge that call again if he could. He really disagreed with the foul, and he's still peeved.
Albuquerque making a switch here. And he knocks down the first one. That one's no good. Here's Drexler. Takes it inside, and down it goes. Jam that one home.
Well, it seems like he's making everything. Nothing makes a coach happier than seeing your offense click.
Pass to Milton. Shot's blocked. And as it goes out of bounds, Brooklyn able to keep possession. .60 ticks off the clock here in the fourth. Here's Whitehead. Check by Hill. The kick out to Milton. 5 to shoot. And he banks in the layup.
Another shot right in the lane. That's been their MO this evening.
Wade drives. Oh, my goodness!
What a dunk!
This guy is putting on a clinic for the people.
Man, I'm shocked. I can't believe he pulled that off in a real game. And so it's Schroeder with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn. With the drive. Oh!
Wow!
What a two-way play. Just tremendous.
Yeah, the steal was slick. The slam topped it off.
And that is why you want to run off turnovers. Get down the floor before the defense is set.
Whitehead passes to Schroeder. Jacks up a three. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Robinson's got the glass covered here tonight. That's 11 boards for him. Pass to Wade. Shoots it from the high post. Kept alive. Hill the pass to Robinson. Yep, it finally drops after rolling around the rim. That gives him a double-double.
You know the coaches hated that shot, but guess what? Some of them go in.
Now here's Schroeder. Tries to break his ice. Here's Robinson. And a big finish by Robinson.
Hey, man, I don't care who you're a fan of. You love seeing a reverse slam like that one.
That's the kind of dunk that builds reputations. They've been having major problems offensively.
Definitely in a bit of a dry spell.
2 minutes to play.
Here's Schroeder.
Fourth quarter.
Brooklyn, no good that time either.
Hard to turn down a look that good. Still, long twos are losing favor, and misses like that are the reason why.
Here's Duncan. Pass to Robinson. Sharp grabs the miss. They're having a hard time stopping this run.
And BA, you can't afford to keep coming up empty.
Here's Robinson. And he drives in. And a big finish by Robinson.
Tim Duncan.
BA, the one-hand dunk just looks so fluid.
Yeah, and absolutely. Even smooth when he's powering it home like that. A little over 3.5 minutes in the books now in this fourth quarter. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Sharp. It's hauled in by Hill. Hill's got his 5th rebound in this one. Here's Duncan. There's the drive. And he slams it in one-handed.
Even with the score as it is, he just keeps coming at you.
Here's Milton. And he was fouled while in the act of shooting, so he'll take 2 free throws.
Second personal foul.
Man, he made sure to get his money's worth on that foul.
And out the line.
And guys, what do you think about the hustle stats for Albuquerque?
Well, you got to love their aggressiveness on the offensive glass. They have just refused to give up on any of the plays.
Well, another area they've been productive is off of turnovers, scoring many times after forcing the ball out of their opponent's hands.
Albuquerque making a switch here. Robinson's checked in. And Brooklyn with possession here. Here's Milton. And he's going to the line for 2. The official saw contact while he was going up.
13 foul. At the line for your home team, Shake Milton. At the line 2 times.
That's good for Milton. Albuquerque making a switch here. Milton hits them both. Here's Duncan. That is now his 7th field goal in 10 attempts. Impressive.
That's an inspired ball club. They fought hard, and during the most important moments, they made big plays.
Yeah, they saved their best basketball for this home stretch, and they certainly earned this win.
Here's Milton. Robinson with the block. And that one goes out of bounds. Last touch by Robinson. "34 seconds left in the fourth quarter."
Well, his shot selection's been poor. If I were coaching this team, he'd be sitting next to me.
Here in the second half, they've just found better shots.
Yeah, they've looked really in sync after the break, getting the shots they want and converting.
Outside Schroeder. High arcing shot.
Wade team foul. Dwayne Wade, second personal foul. 14.
The first free throw is good.
At the line for your home team, Dennis.
And both free throws good for Schroeder. And here's Albuquerque now. They've allowed just 7 points here in the fourth. Lots of room. And it's Drexler missing. And here's Schroeder. So Albuquerque wins it. Boy, this crowd has to be shocked by the way their team was dismantled.
Now, shocked and surprised. It doesn't matter what the matchup is. You never expect a road team to just waltz in and cruise to the type of victory like we saw tonight.
Well, the weekend obviously is in full swing, and so is the NBA. Hey, thanks for joining us on 2K Sports. In this game, we'll see Albuquerque against Philadelphia. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me tonight, former NBA players Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony, with David Aldridge joining us courtside. Now a look at Philadelphia's starting lineup. Inside for him, it's Martin next to Embiid.
Albuquerque.
Running the wings, it's Oubre and George. And it's Maxey in at the point. And for Albuquerque, Drexler out there with James.
76ers.
And it's Duncan. And it's Hill. And it's Sabonis in at the pivot spot, manning the middle.
No surprise there. He's about as automatic as it gets from the stripe. I hope I didn't jinx him.
Back to James. Shoots the three. Second shot opportunity. Drexler kicks to James. 6 on the shot clock. Sinks it. What range from outside. Wow. And so it's Maxey with it. He brings it up for the 76ers. Rebound by Albuquerque. James looking it over. There's the drive. And Embiid with the block.
Yeah, defensively, Embiid can take over a game with his reach. Big block from him there.
Kicks it out to Drexler. Nailed from three-point land.
And he's not going to miss that sort of an opportunity from deep.
Maxey into the lane, and the layup's good off the glass.
What you love about Max is he plays with so much energy, it's hard to keep up with.
First quarter of play with about a minute and a half gone. From deep, James. Another miss by James. James has gone 1 of 4 so far. And James picks up the foul. That's foul number 2 for him. Gilbert Arenas is checked in for Albuquerque.
Coming onto the floor for your home team, Gilbert Arenas.
Embiid finds Maxey. Here's Oubre. Oh, and he plucks it off the glass. Wow. Here's Duncan. And Duncan throws it down hard.
And it's 7-1. Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Maxey against Arenas. Maxey passes to Martin. 13 feet away. And that one goes long.
Fantastic positioning there to contest that one.
Textbook defense, take a good angle to the shooter and bother the release.
Drexler against George. Drexler with the block! And that's out of bounds. It was last touched by Drexler. And the 76ers decide to take their first time out here.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
And just under 2.5 minutes elapsed here in the first. And he's able to get it back.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
Whoa, look out! Look out!
Wow, okay, I see you.
There's just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leaping ability, the creativity once in air, that's elite level stuff.
Now, here's George. He can't hit that time. Hill with some nice D. Here's Drexler. And that comes off the assist by Duncan. That's 7 points for Clyde Drexler.
Love a big man who can pass. Great instincts. Duncan finds the open man there for the bucket.
And George kicks to Martin. Back to George. To the inside. And the basket by Embiid.
Look, inside, Embiid just has all the tools for success. The height, the power, and more importantly, the tenacity.
Hill. Nice spin off the left rim and in.
And we talk about the importance of versatility. He's really got it all on the offensive end.
Maxey against Arenas. Maxey, no good. And Albuquerque with the possession. They're on a 14-4 run.
Their play on both ends has been superb. We'll see if they can maintain the momentum.
They came out and bum rushed them. Huge difference in activity level from both teams tonight.
And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. And so here's Albuquerque. And here's Duncan. He'll bring it up for Albuquerque. Here's Sabonis. Good for the basket. Starting off 1-for-1 with that shot.
Really seizing the momentum of this game, but doing it with a methodical approach.
Yeah, they haven't appeared in a rush at all. They are just playing to their strengths and building this lead out well.
Here's Hill. That's good, and Arenas with the assist. Hill's got his second basket of the game.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
George with the steal. Just 1 second between the shot clock and game clock. Sabonis, the pass to Duncan. And a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here.
A tremendous scorer with the ball in his hands. Duncan, just too much for the D to handle.
Albuquerque shooting their first free throws of this one. And so Duncan hits them both.
Some big guys struggle at the line, not him. He's put in the work to defy that assumption.
And Clyde Drexler gets the whistle that time. Personal foul. That is his first foul of the game.
And really, these are some of the toughest calls an official has to make.
Kicks it out to Gordon. 2 on the clock. And it's Gordon finishing it off.
strong move to the 10, trying to get his guys going.
Hard not to get motivated, GA, right when your teammate makes that kind of play. And then after just one quarter of play, a double-digit differential on the scoreboard. Albuquerque leads by 12. And we'll get the second quarter underway on the other side of this break. And glad to have you with us, folks. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. And guys, what do you think about the hustle stance for Albuquerque?
Showing their energy so far, sprinting up and down the floor, getting out in transition and taking advantage.
And also, how about the way they decimated the opposition on the offensive glass, getting an impressive number of second chance points.
Duncan out there with Sabonis, and it's Drexler, then it's Gilbert Arenas, and it's Hill in at the 3 spot. And for the 76ers, we've got Gordon, Lowry out there with Jackson, then it's Martin, and it's Drummond in at the center, locking down the middle. Lowry against Arenas. Now here's Drummond. Defense is right there. Albuquerque leading by 12. Sabonis, high post. Working on Drummond, and there it is for him.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
And stolen by Arenas. Down low. And Hill throws it down.
And you can tell Arenas just has that ability as a distributor. He can pick out the ready shooter and get them the rock.
And Philadelphia calls time here.
It's T-shirt bonanza. Make some noise!
Robinson's checked in for Albuquerque. Wade comes in for Gilbert Arenas. We've played just over a minute of basketball here in the second quarter. Here's McCain. Drexler with the block. McCain's shot is off.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
Philadelphia trails by 16. Outside Lowry. Here's Council. He's guarded by Hill.
Foul. David Robinson. First personal foul. First team foul.
And now approaching 2 minutes of action here in the second quarter. Wade against Lowry. Shot clock at 6. Rejected by Robinson.
And clearing the deck, the Admiral. His length and reaction time, so impressive.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Maxey's checked in. Duncan against Martin. And Duncan gets double teamed. A wide open look for Drexler. No good with the triple.
And he might have thrown himself off when he saw how much space he had from 3.
Pass to Council. Stolen by Duncan. Now running up the court, Robinson pushing it up. Here's Hill, and Hill throws it down.
Oh, great pass from Robinson, scanning the floor there and spotting the open teammate.
Quarter 2 and just under 2.5 minutes gone by. Now the pass to Martin. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. Tim Duncan picks one up.
Second team foul.
76ers have had 2 chances at the line already, making them both.
Martin Jr. at the line for 2.
Free throw good, Martin. George is checked in for Philadelphia. And both free throws good for Martin. Here's Wade. Still without a basket. Here's Robinson. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Duncan outside. Out to Wade. Beyond the arc. On the wing, Drexler. Fires for 3. Passes it to Hill. Near the three-point line, it's Wade.
2 minutes.
No luck, they battled on the glass, but couldn't knock it down. And so George will bring it up for the 76ers. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Albuquerque leading by 16. Here's Hill going inside, and it's Hill with the jam.
Yeah, that says it all right there. Grant Hill finishing the drive with some thunder. When he's moving at full speed, boy, it looks like he can fly.
Timeout called the 76ers.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. He can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Brandon Roy, he's checked in for Albuquerque. James comes in for Dwayne Wade. Jackson passes to Oubre. Count that one.
Crafty and cashing in from there. Oubre Jr. enjoys working on his interior game when given the opportunity.
Bucket is good. 8 points for Tim Duncan.
When you allow good scorers to get uncontested shots at the rim, no wonder you're losing.
That's a great possession. Put your best players in a position to succeed.
Here's Jackson. Shoots over James. And he could not get that one to go. Out of contact. And he'll go to the line for 2.
And how about the confidence right now from Jackson? Not bashful at attacking and drawing attention from there.
Philadelphia shooting their 5th and 6th free throws of the game. Eric Gordon, he's checked in for George. So he hits 1 of 2 from the stripe.
And Jackson certainly doesn't lack confidence. A speedy guard who can fill it up in no time. Straight rim rocker.
It looked like, Greg, for a second, like he might rip the cylinder loose. Philadelphia trails by 19. Here's Jackson. Embiid trying to break loose. Jackson misses. Here's Robinson, and he drives in.
Talk about execution on the offensive end. They're leaving nothing on the table right now.
It's caused them to pull away a bit. Let's see if they can keep the train on the tracks.
Gordon against Drexler. And it's Gordon missing. Embiid with the steal. The 76ers again can't hit it.
My goodness, how about that miss? I mean, that's 2 easy points that they've just given away. Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Yeah, just solid work on the back end of that play.
Yep, you're right. Finished hard with 2 hands on that stuff. Here's Roy, and he's fouled pretty hard on that shot, but he's got the chance to pick up the points at the line. It's on Kelly Oubre. This is his first free throw of the game. And both free throws good for Roy. 9 seconds left to play in the first half. Oubre for 3. No good on the shot. And so it's Albuquerque in very good shape with a 23-point lead at the end of the quarter. From the field, they have been outstanding. Amazing shooting. That's what has them headed to a blowout. We'll get right back to the action when we return. And there wasn't too much drama in the first half, but maybe things will tighten up here in the second. You gotta like what Grant Hill has done in this game.
In that first half, he was a hot knife, and the defense was butter, sliced right through them.
And when you rip through the D like he did in that first half, you gotta stay aggressive. Keep getting to the rim.
James is out there with Drexler. Then it's Robinson, and it's Hill, and it's Duncan in at the power forward position. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. And Tim Duncan gets the whistle that time.
Tim Duncan.
That'll be his second foul of the game. Sabonis, he's checked in for Robinson.
Coming onto the floor for your home team, Arvydas Sabonis.
Martin against Duncan. Martin dishes to Embiid. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot 2. With the lead 65-game rule, Joel Embiid might have trouble making another All-NBA team.
Yeah, he's only reached that 65-game mark twice in his career, but he's still a lock to make the Hall of Fame, Kevin, because of how dominant he is when he plays. And look, he's already got an MVP, a scoring machine. There's just no shot Embiid's afraid to take.
No one near James as he lets it go. The kick out to Hill. The 3 from Drexler. Duncan outside. 3-pointer. That falls. Nice feed that time from Sabonis. Duncan's got 11 points.
And finally, someone scores.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
And the 76ers call time here.
He does not look happy. Their defensive rebounding has been putrid, and they're giving up a ton of second-chance points.
Some changes for Albuquerque. Tracy McGrady's checked in for Drexler. And it's Wade in for James. And Philadelphia also making a switch. Kyle Lowry, he's checked in for Oubre.
Just outworking the shooter. keeping the shot off target and bagging the rebound.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
Third quarter here, over a minute and a half into it. Up top, Maxey. Wade is covering. Here's Duncan. Finished off the break. Duncan's got 5 points now in the quarter.
Changing ends quickly, getting the advantage in numbers and finishing. They've been doing it all night long.
Yeah, and that's made a huge difference. They're making the most of the chances on the break. Transition buckets decide more games than people think.
And Albuquerque with the possession. In the second half, they've only given up one basket coming from the free throw line. And that one's good. McGrady.
Yeah, letting it rip. They're just having fun right now.
Man, their offense is clicking. Players, coaches, everybody, they are in sync.
Not quite 2.5 minutes played here in the second half. To end the run, and denied. He sends it right off the glass. Here's Hill, trying to get open as McGrady.
This is where Hill can hurt you. Once he has a step on the D in transition, it's lights out.
Lowry with the ball. Scoreless thus far. They've been struggling here on offense.
Yeah, a bit of a dry spell for sure.
Pass to Martin. 6 to shoot. And that's on a bounce. Philadelphia will retain possession. And Albuquerque making a change here. Boys checked in. Three minutes gone now in the third quarter.
2 minutes remaining in the third.
Here's Gordon. Duncan with the block.
And setting the tone with that rejection. Duncan, the defensive anchor of this team.
Jacks up a three. And they hit it back. There's Sabonis. The offensive rebound. McGrady outside. Gets it to go from beyond the arc. McGrady's got 7 points for the quarter.
And how about getting a hand up on McGrady, especially when he's looking to shoot from the outside?
Here's Jackson. That shot off. Nice D from Sabonis. Here's Roy into the lane. And then Roy with the dive.
And just showing off for the crowd a little bit there. Roy enjoys putting on a show.
1:04 left in the third. They need this one. Here's Jackson. Rebound by Albuquerque.
Boy, you can just see the frustration growing on their faces. Nothing going their way.
In a major drought, need to find some sort of momentum.
Now Gordon. Duncan with the block. And here we go, Albuquerque, fast break.
A willingness to get physical. Roy takes the hit and still gets off the shot.
This is his second trip to the free throw line. And he makes the first. And Philadelphia making a change here. And both free throws good for Roy. 24 seconds left here in the third quarter. He tries for three. McCain's shot is off. Diversified scoring in this one for him.
I love when everyone can get involved. A full team effort.
Wade has the open look. Good, and it's Sabonis with the assist that time. Sabonis has got 4 assists now tonight. Here's Gordon. The layup off target.
And he did everything he could to make that shot as difficult as possible.
Excellent D, avoided fouling, and got in perfect position to alter that shot.
And as we conclude the third quarter, pretty much a blowout. It's been a one-sided affair. Albuquerque out in front, just dominating this one. And after a quick break, we're going to come right back with the start of the fourth quarter. And there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Here's Lowry. On the court for Philadelphia to start the fourth. They've got Lowry. Gordon is out there with Martin. And it's Bonas in at the center position.
That was a terrific pass from Wade. You knew he could find people, and that could separate him in this league.
And here's Lowry. He'll bring it up for Philadelphia. Outside Gordon. Five on the clock. Here's Lowry. Duncan with the block. Here's McGrady. And he double clutches and throws it down.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Here's Lowry. It's hauled in by McGrady. Here's Wade. Duncan, the pass to Wade. Boy with it. Good ball movement here by Albuquerque. Tries yet again. Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
And that's young man strength right there. Wade's bustling it home.
And Philadelphia making a change here. Council's checked in. Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Lowry lays it up off the glass. Lowry's got his first 2 points of the night.
And just so crafty around the hoop. Lowry probably 6 feet at best, but he can slip inside and score with the best of them.
Yeah, it's easy to see why they go to him so often, because they know they can depend on him to come through for them.
Here's Philadelphia. Here's Lowry. Stolen by Duncan. And pushing it up is Albuquerque again in transition. And what's your take, guys, in the hustle stats for Albuquerque?
They've been defending with excellent anticipation all game long. Just look at how many times they've managed to get their hands on the ball.
And I'll tell you, the energy they've shown in the open floor, boy, it has been terrific. Doing a phenomenal job converting in those situations.
Lowry against Wade. Pass to Bona. Just under 2.5 minutes gone here in the final quarter. Here's McCain. And it's sent back by Sabonis. Clock at 6. Here's Council. And there's the shot clock violation. Couldn't get the shot off in time. Some changes for Albuquerque. Robinson comes in for Sabonis. And James subbed in for Dwayne Wade. Maxey's checked in for the 76ers. James has a two-pointer. Offensive rebound. Robinson finds Duncan. And here's James outside. James with another miss. James has gone 1 of 5 from three-point territory. Here's McCain. And he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Oh, fellas, that was vicious two-hand monster slam.
Guys, I don't think there was anyone who could have stopped him on that one. Now, here's Maxey. 14 feet away. Good on the jump shot. 6 points for Tyrese Maxey.
Maxey saying, sure, I'll take that.
And that one, good.
And that's just cold-blooded right there. He's taking no prisoners.
This is what you expect from him, just coming alive and dominating in effortless fashion here in the fourth.
Inside. A great 1-2 punch. Beautiful pass and nasty jam.
Heads up on the money pass by Maxey. Great vision.
Duncan. The shot's good. Roy making the play. Roy's got 3 assists now in this one.
And man, is he in a zone right now. Seems like he can't miss.
Pass to Council. Back to Maxey. This one for 3. Good on the triple.
Tyrese
Maxey's got 5 points now this quarter.
Now that's confidence right there.
Here's James. And the basket is good, and he's got a chance here for one more at the line.
And haven't we seen that a few times today, guys? I mean, their defense has got to have a little bit more toughness about it.
Reggie Jackson's checked in for Philadelphia.
Albuquerque.
We've got 1:08 left to play in the final quarter. Kicks to Martin. Here's Council. He's covered by Roy. Jackson has the open look. Off the mark there with the three-point shot.
He is single-handedly dropping the temperature in here with that cold streak.
Yeah, right now, he's just in his own head. Not much you can do to try and push through it.
And here's James outside. And it's Council with the rebound. Philadelphia with the ball. Blanketed by the D. He fights to the rim for the layup.
And despite the size disadvantage, attacking the heart of that defense.
Really unfazed. Throw his height right out the window there.
On the wing, James. Guarded by Jackson. Another miss by James.
And guys, not sure where his head was on that shot. Not what this offense was designed to create.
And you couldn't get a better shot on it. Like, come on, you got to make the extra pass. Like, being a teammate will go so far in this league.
And so Albuquerque takes the win. They poured it on tonight.
We would like to thank all fans for making it out to tonight's event. Please exit the building carefully.
Thanks for joining us here on 2K Sports for NBA basketball. Hi, everyone. I'm Kevin Harlan. With me, Richard Jefferson and Greg Anthony. And as always, the Hall of Famer David Aldridge joining us from the sidelines. A look at Atlanta's opening lineup. Young and Bogdanovich are the guards. Hunter is out there with Jalen Johnson. And it's Capella in at the 5 down low. And for Albuquerque, they've got Duncan. Drexler is out there with Arenas. That's Hill. And it's Sabonis in at the center. Here's Drexler. And 2 free throws coming up, unable to get that one to go with all the contact.
Really at the right plate defensively. If you can't block, force them to the line.
Albuquerque shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
2 shots.
And he's good on the second. Now Young. Arenas grabs the miss. And so it's Hill with it. He brings it up. Oh, my goodness. What a play.
Just an electricity to what Drexler can do. The leaping ability, the creativity once in air. That's elite level stuff.
Now, here is Young. Here's the 3. Again, Young missing. Here's Drexler. And Drexler throws it down.
About the explosive vertical there. Not much you can do to stop Drexler once he gets to the rim.
And about a minute gone here in the first quarter. A slow start for Atlanta in this one. It's a 5-point game. Young passes to Capella. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here.
Atlanta ball.
Young finds Hunter. Hunter. And the second chance effort by Hunter.
And one thing about Hunter, it never gives up. You can see the focus and energy that he plays with on every possession.
Arenas is doubled. Right side Hill. That's in, coming off an assist from Arenas.
And once he got to the 10, I think he was surprised to find himself that wide open.
Easy possessions like that literally are just a gift. You just dream of them. You'll gladly take those.
And it's Hill with the jam.
And he can do a lot more damage to the rim than that when he wants to.
Oh, you're right. And with the lead they're enjoying, I'm surprised he didn't put a little something extra on that one. Now, here is Young, and taken away by Arenas. Rebound by the Hawks. Passes to Bogdanovich. That one misses. Excellent D from Drexler. And there's Gilbert Arenas on the assist from Duncan.
And he's got all the moves. Arenas not afraid to get inside.
Atlanta trails by 9. And a little over 2.5 minutes gone here in the first. Hunter up top, covered by Duncan. And it's sent back by Sabonis. And he gets it back. Atlanta again missing.
And you could tell he thought he had a little more space, but the defender was right there.
Did a great job closing the gap, making the shooter feel uncomfortable.
Great teamwork, punctuated by a strong finish.
Yeah, that's nice execution, running with purpose and creating an easy scoring opportunity off the break.
Now here's Arenas over Young. It's good. It's his second basket. He's shooting 2 for 4.
And such creativity from Arenas. Some of the ball handling moves he pulls out are just unbelievable.
And now the first timeout called here for the Hawks.
And they just can't seem to get going offensively.
And coach called his timeout to try and reset things on offense. Shake them up a bit so they can hopefully start getting some shots to fall.
And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Pass to Bufkin. Gilbert Arenas with the rebound. Albuquerque leading by 9. And finished off by Drexler.
Excellent all-around performance so far. Hence the big lead.
They got off to such a hot start, and that can keep you energized throughout the whole game.
First quarter of play and just over 3.5 minutes in. Drexler's gone a perfect 3 for 3 so far. Pass to Daniels. Here's the pass to Roddy. Just 5 on the clock. And it's out of bounds. They say it was last touched by Hill. Here's Nance. Rebound by Albuquerque.
Really thought he had this one, and the defense, they were giving it to him.
And it's Arenas with the jam.
And they have owned the paint so far, and the score reflects it.
It also allows them to play inside out, which will make them even more difficult to defend.
Here's Buffkin. Oh, Nance in position. Oh, and here we go. Drexler with nobody back.
He's such an incredible defender. Duncan, so clever, and coming up there with the steal to ignite the break.
Atlanta trails by 15. Drexler with the steal. Duncan high post, and he makes that one.
Displaying intensity right off the opening tip, especially on the offensive end.
They came out swinging, really setting the tone on offense, and the opposition has not been able to respond.
Buffkin shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws. They get Gilbert Arenas.
Wow, he got whacked on that, which shouldn't be much debate there.
Taking 2 shots.
So he picks up just 1 from the line that time. Albuquerque leading by 16. Drexler gets the bucket.
Offensively, defensively, they are in total control.
And guys, to go on a big run, get some breathing space, it has to be a great play on each end.
Here's Rizichet. Duncan with the block. And they're pushing it up. 4 seconds left. The basket good off the assist from Drexler. Drexler's got his 3rd assist on the night. We're at the end of the first quarter. A blowout already in this one. Albuquerque leads by 20. And we'll be back with you for the start of the second quarter when we return. And welcome back to the second quarter of action. Plenty of basketball left to play, but this one has been one-sided so far. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Albuquerque.
So far, they've shown a terrific work ethic in transition, pushing the pace whenever possible and getting out ahead of the defense to score.
And the other thing, I love how they're playing up tonight, getting into ball handlers and forcing some turnovers.
Duncan out there with Hill. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. Then it's Drexler. And it's Sabonis in at the 5 spot. Shot clock at 5. And it's Drexler missing. And so it's Johnson who brings the ball up for Atlanta. On the court for Atlanta. Johnson is out there with Rizichet. And it's Young. And Gay is in at the 5. Home in the paint. Offensive rebound. Matthews against Hill. And as it goes out of bounds, Albuquerque able to keep the ball here. Wade, he's checked in for Hill. And a change for the Hawks. Clint Capella, he's checked in for Rizichet. Here's Arenas. Sabonis trying to get open. And it's Arenas that time on the assist by Sabonis.
And finally, someone scores.
It's a slugfest. Maybe not the prettiest game we've seen, but sometimes the best wins are the ugly ones.
And the foul on Dwayne Wade. That is his first foul of the game. Ryan Owens, he's checked in for Albuquerque. McGrady comes in for Clyde Drexler. And a switch here also for Atlanta. Dyson Daniels checked in for Matthews. Time call here. The Hawks decide to talk it over.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
I'm sure coach is going to give them an earful about that. You can't be happy with that soft interior D.
Your new Gear Squad. Make some noise.
Just over a minute gone here in the second quarter. And the foul on Dyson Daniels. That's his first foul.
Yeah, way to get there first and be willing to absorb the contact.
Atlanta making a switch here. Bogdanovich is checked in. Arenas. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Pass to Gay. Young's shot is good.
Nice job capitalizing down there. Young good at probing inside and finding some space. Oh, you got to feel for a guy getting dunked on like that. I mean, he's got no shot to stop that unless maybe he can pick up another foot somewhere.
It would take a major comeback for them to get back into this game.
And the chances of that happening don't look good.
Young's shot is good.
I mean, if the defender is going to play off like that, then you know what's going to happen. There are going to be points put on the board. And at 7-1, Duncan is a problem in the paint. Outstanding with his extension there and just hammering it home.
Duncan's gone 3 for 5 from the field. Pass to Daniels. Three-pointer on the way. Rebound by Albuquerque. Here's McGrady, and that comes off the assist by Duncan. Duncan's got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight. And a little under 2.5 minutes gone by here in the second quarter. Takes the 13-footer, and again it's Albuquerque.
Like the size McGrady has inside. Fantastic at kind of angling his body there for the interior shot.
Young against Arenas. And here's Bogdanovich for 3. Hands it from downtown. Bogdanovich has got his first 3 points of the game.
Not too much respect shown to him by the defenders.
And Capella sends it back.
Opponents have to be careful when Capella is in the area. What an impressive display of timing.
And Albuquerque making a change here. Robinson's checked in. And the Hawks making a change here. Wade dishes to McGrady.
First half, 2 minutes.
Over Hunter. McGrady outside. 6 on the shot clock. And down it goes. Jamming that one home.
And McGrady has an impressive vertical there, showing once again with how well he dunks the basketball.
Here's Nance. And Owens pulls it down. On the wing, Tracy McGrady, covered by Hunter.
Doing it with style. McGrady punishing the D for giving him that kind of airspace.
A minute 20 left in the first half of the game. Bogdanovich against Wade. Hunter on the wing. On the wing, Nance. Shot clock at 6. Here's Buffkin. And he nails the jumper.
He'll be asking for some lottery numbers later if he keeps knocking down shots like that.
And Hollins with the stuff.
My goodness, he is such a great dunker.
Greg, a high riser, no doubt about it. There's 53 seconds left here in the second. Pass to Nance. Hunter against McGrady. Hunter, the pass to Nance. Rebounded by Tracy McGrady.
And that is a textbook example of how to defend your rim.
This is why he's out there in situations like this. He stands tall to prevent points.
And with the lead, I like the strategy here. Continue to get the ball to guys who can do something with it.
This is when good players really get after it. He can sense that they're reeling, and he's going to put his foot on the pedal.
6-second difference between the shot and game clock. 2 free throws coming up, and they call the shooting foul.
Robinson. First personal foul, second team
It's
foul.
his first trip to the line.
Shooting for Atlanta, Larry Nance Jr. at the line for 2.
And he knocks down the first one. And the Hawks making a change here. Both free throws good from Nance. We've got 13 seconds left in the first half. It's back to Hill. Here's Robinson. What a play. Simply drains it in at the buzzer.
Resourceful move there, ending the period on a high note.
16.
That's the play that pumps up the whole team, and they'll try to carry that energy into the next period.
A dominating first half of basketball, and so far hasn't been close. Albuquerque out in front, opening up a huge gap. We'll see you after halftime for the beginning of the third quarter. And with the second half upon us, we'll find out if this game becomes the rout that it's threatening to be. It's been a clinic so far from Clyde Drexler.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
If they don't change their approach in the second half, let's just say his success will continue.
Sabonis is out there with Duncan. Then there's Hill. Then it's Gilbert Arenas. And it's Drexler in at the 2 spot. That's Nick Nurse's 5 as we get into the second half. We're talking about Trae Young here, GA. What stands out most about him to you?
Well, Kevin, I'd say just how confident he is, right? He plays with that unique energy and swagger. You love him if he's on your team and can't stand him if he's playing against you.
Here's Duncan after Clint Capella's bucket. Fires the 3, and it's Drexler that time on the assist by Arenas. Drexler's got 14 points.
And how about the offensive explosion here by Clyde Drexler? Has really developed his skill set. No one's been able to match up with him all night.
A nice shot by Bogdanovich.
The real. Come at us, and we're coming right back at you.
Yeah, I love the competitive fire right there. You drain a triple on us, and I'm coming for my revenge.
And here's Arenas outside. And again, Albuquerque with the triple.
And you have to honor the three-point shooting of Arenas. A big-time scorer who's shown the consistency from beyond.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Trying to find some answers offensively.
Yeah, they need to regroup and maybe try and draw something up that can get them a clean look at the basket.
Cody Zeller's checked in for Capella. And so it's Atlanta with it. Here's Bogdanovich. The shot, no good. Good work defensively by Drexler. And the dunk by Duncan.
And the one-hand slam just looks so pretty when it's in his hand and he's the one doing the slam.
Agreed. He is smooth as silk, even on a power finish. Now, here is Young. Johnson finds Young. Lobbed up there for Johnson. Drexler with the steal. Now here's Hill, the fast break opportunity. Releases. Here's Duncan. Drexler outside. Over Bogdanovich. Rebounded by the Hawks. Johnson's got 4 rebounds in this game. Bogdanovich wide open. And he can't bank that one in. And Albuquerque with the possession. Arenas. That's good, and so Duncan with the assist. Duncan's got 6 assists in the game.
And how about that move by Arenas on the drive, able to slip through the contact.
Arenas against Young. The pass to Bogdanovich. Back to Young. 5 to shoot. Can they get it? Rejected by Arenas. And here we go. Albuquerque, fast break. And it's Hill with the jam.
This is where Hill can hurt you. Once he has a step on the D in transition, it's lights out.
Second half of play, and we're 3 minutes into the third here. And so it's Young who brings it up for Atlanta. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Steps back and fires. Atlanta again missing. Bogdanovich is gone, just 2 of 6 shooting, 33%. Duncan drawing the double team. On the wing, Arenas. Over Young. And again, it's Albuquerque.
Boy, you have to be impressed with the offensive production. They have got it firing on all cylinders.
They've had great execution, and what stands out is that they're just taking what the defense gives them, not forcing anything.
No matter what looks they get, they just can't convert to stop this run.
This is snowballing for them. They've got to get a good look next time down.
No question, he got bumped on that shot.
For Albuquerque, they've gone 1 for 2 on the night so far from the line. Some changes for Albuquerque. Robinson's checked in for Sabonis. And Dwayne Wade subbed in for Hill. Here's Buffkin. He's covered by Arenas. 1:02 left to play here in the third. They get the rebound, and Nance slams it in.
Larry Nance Jr.
And it's in Larry Nance Jr.'s blood. Remember, his dad, Larry Sr., won the first ever dunk contest.
Wade. Outside Arenas. Duncan left side. 6 to shoot. And the 3 off target. Pass to Roddy. Robinson with the block.
And clearing the deck, the aggro, his length and reaction time, so impressive.
3-second difference between shot clock and game clock. Here's Wade. The basket good off the assist from Drexler.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
Yeah, they're going to do a much better job of putting a little bit of pressure on him on his way to the hoop.
Here's Arenas. Takes it inside.
It's fun to just watch Arenas play. He's electric. Has his own style, and what an explosive play right there.
Here's Rizachet. Offline with his 3. And so it's Gilbert Arenas making things happen for Albuquerque. He has never been better. This is the most points he's scored in his career. And he is looking to add to it. We've got more in store for you right after this. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And he may not be known as a pass-first guy playing out of the 2-guard spot, but he shows here that he can dole out an assist or 2 when he needs to.
And from a team perspective, having your off-guard rip-off passes like that, it's awesome. It shows you have guys willing to give up the rock.
Put it down!
Whoa! My gracious, way to get up.
And just cooking the D inside. Arenas blows by the contact.
Here's Bufkin. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal
They get
foul.
Gilbert Arenas.
First team foul.
And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Albuquerque.
They've been just suffocating on defense the whole game. Look at their shot blocking. The opposition doesn't have any room to breathe.
And they've really been able to get out in transition and produce. The defense hasn't had an answer for this up-tempo pace.
Duncan misses. To the middle. Rejected by Arenas. Here's the break. Duncan with it. Matthews covering. Rebounded by the Hawks. Here's Bufkin. Pass to Gay. And stolen by Arenas. Passes it to Duncan. Outside Arenas. 6 on the shot clock. Second chance shot. That's no good. Miss number 5 against 14 makes. Here's Bufkin. Excellent defense from Worthy. Bufkin's gone 1 of 3 on the night. Here's Drexler. And Drexler throws it down home.
A high flyer, yet it's seemingly effortless in terms of how he just swoops in to the basket. Clyde the glide in full effect.
Here's Daniels. Pass to Zeller. Here's Bufkin. And there's the pass to Daniels. Drexler with the block. He lobs it up and finished off by Drexler.
And how sweet a play was that?
As sweet as it gets, an exquisite pass to set up the powerful alley-oop dunk. Here's the Hawks with the ball. They could use a big shot here to get this offense going.
Too many empty possessions. Right now, they need a basket.
And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Arenas. Some changes for Albuquerque. Ryan Holland is checked in for Duncan. McGrady comes in for Clyde Drexler. And Thomas subbed in for Gilbert Arenas. Here's Gay. And he gets the bucket.
Used the pick to perfection and got all the way to the rim.
And here's Thomas, who brings it up for Albuquerque. Here's Worthy. And it's Daniels with the rebound. Daniels has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Driving in. Boom, he jams it straight down.
And he just punishes the D for falling asleep at the wheel.
A little disorganized that time, and the result, 2 points in the loudest way possible.
Yeah, when you're not locked in on defense, they will make you pay with an easy finish there.
Here's Bufkin. Isaiah Thomas picking up that last basket.
2 minutes remaining in the game.
Here's Daniels. McGrady covering. Oh, Worthy with the block. McGrady outside. Step back shot. That's him. That's his 5th field goal. He's shooting a hot 71%. 5 for 7. And it's the Hawks' ball. A bit under 3.5 minutes have passed here in the 4th. To the paint. Here's Matthews. That one goes in.
Oh, I love that dish down low.
And you have to like how they're moving the ball right now.
Snappy passes to ready shooters. It's basketball 101, but boy, is it working.
Oh, and a fast break for Atlanta. Takes it up with both hands and rips it down.
Well, so often we see this, transition buckets off turnover.
And there's no defense for that. Live ball turnovers, they are the worst.
They get it back. Outside Worthy. Buries the long-range jumper. Worthy's got himself going there. His first points of the game on the deep ball. Here's Bufkin. Pass to Gay. That's tipped and stolen by Worthy. And finished off by Worthy.
And it's just competing. You know, giving your best when it matters most.
And let me tell you, as a team, you love to hit your stride right at the crucial moments. They put this game away in style.
So it's the Hawks now, following the score by Albuquerque. Here's Bufkin. Thomas covering. Just 5 to shoot. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here.
It's always great to get into a rhythm, but do it when it matters.
It's a shame, really. If they've been playing like this last quarter, they might be in a different situation right now.
Here's McDaniel. The kick out to Worthy. 2 seconds separating the shot clock and game clock. Near the 3-point line, it's Thomas on the wing. Tracy McGrady sinks the 3-pointer.
He just makes it look so easy on offense. Like, who takes pleasure in torturing defenses? He does.
And so Albuquerque takes the win. They won this game going away. They were the better basketball team.
We'd like to thank everyone for coming out and supporting your team. Please make sure you get home safely, and we'll see you next year.
Welcome, everyone, to NBA basketball on 2K Sports. I'm Brian Anderson, here with Grant Hill and Stan Van Gundy. And with us on the sidelines, we've got Allie LaForce, the starters for Albuquerque. And it's Arenas in at the point. And for Miami, in at forward, they're going with Jaquez Jr. and Butler. Rozier and Hero are the backcourt. And it's Adebayo in at the 5, roaming the paint. Now here's Rozier. It's Jaquez on the wing. Yes, and it's Adebayo picking up the assist.
For a center, Adebayo is an excellent passer. He's always so aware of his surroundings.
At 6'9", Bam Adebayo is on the shorter side of centers, yet he is elite defensively, Grant.
He's been top 5 in Defensive Player of the Year voting a bunch of times. Bam has an incredible motor, a great IQ, and he's a switchable big. That's huge in today's game.
So it's Miami now. Hero outside. Pass to Adebayo. And he lobs it up to the rim. Fast break. Here we go. Oh, he packs it down.
That is incredible.
And that one is hammered home.
That'll be a move to remember. Wow.
Yeah, great creativity in the air. Now here's Rozier. The 3 is up. And Worthy pulls it down.
And the shooter had very little space on that attempt.
There's no air space there whatsoever. That's as close as you can get without foul.
Here's Rozier. And blocked. That one goes careening off the glass. Abdul-Jabbar passes to... Oh!
Wow!
Just great work cashing in on the fast break.
Well, converting on those transition opportunities is just so important.
Now here's Rozier. The D's right on him. Pass to Jaquez. Butler on the wing. Hero outside. Shot clock at 6. Beyond the arc. No good. Here's Worthy. Jaquez covers. Worthy can't hit. Here's Arenas. Sabonis right side. Off target at the rim. And it's Miami's ball. Trailing by 2 to the inside. Butler. Oh, what a play. It's snatched out of the air. Credit the block. Count it. Good. And a breakdown here, guys. The hustle stats for Albuquerque.
Well, those early blocks are key. They are intimidating their opponents and making them hesitant.
Another area where they've excelled has been pushing it on the break. They're really getting after it.
First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. Rozier outside. Got a piece of it. Here's the break. Here's Worthy. Oh, okay.
Oh, my gosh.
Wow, that type of finish is just deflating right now for a team that's trying to make a comeback.
Ouch. That's certainly a big-time finish right there. It was one big exclamation point, or maybe even a question mark. Now here's Butler. Here's Rozier. Got a hand on it. Here's Worthy. He shoots again. Jaquez grabs the board. Miami trails by 6. Here's Butler. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. So Miami going with almost an entirely new group here. Love is checked in for Adebayo. Robinson comes in for Jaquez. Burks, he's checked in for Hero. And Richardson subbed in for Rozier. Hill, he's checked in for Albuquerque. Clock at 6. Here's Butler. To the paint. Here's Love. Good. And Butler gets the assist.
And with soft touch, Love is very tough to stop near the hoop.
Here's Arenas. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Good execution. They're getting some short-range looks here.
1:20 left to play in the first quarter. Here's Richardson. It's hauled in by Hill. Albuquerque leading by 6. Here's Arenas. Right wing. The shot from 20 feet out. That one falls. Drexler's got 6.
I love this approach. Getting him involved early, and it's already paying off.
Yeah, well, his offensive contributions are going to be very important in this game. So it's good they've already got him in a rhythm.
Burke's no good. On offense, here's Albuquerque. It's a 12-2 run here. Good pace. Drexler, that's good. Give him 8 points now.
What a way to begin this game. Dominating at both ends of the floor.
Obviously, guys, brilliant coaching. A perfect game plan.
Now here's Burks. Yet to see a basket. Richardson finds Butler. Outside Robinson. Over Hill. And again, no good by Miami.
Well, the defense just gave him that shot, and he wasn't able to convert. Very disappointing.
Pass to Abdul-Jabbar. Now Sabonis, covered by Love. Second chance shot. And misses it off the right side of the rim. And so it's Albuquerque, ending the quarter up 10. And it's all due to their...
The away team, 14.
Great to have you with us. Second quarter of basketball. This game has not exactly been neck and neck, but plenty of time left in this one. All right, guys, what we've seen from Albuquerque so far, what's your take?
Well, I'm really loving their activity. I mean, they're contesting shots. They've really set a strong tone early.
Yeah, well, the best way to get in the head of your opponent is through aggressive defense.
Alec Burks is out there with Terry Rozier. Then it's Thomas Bryant, and it's Highsmith in at the 3 slot. And for Albuquerque, and it's Wade in at the shooting guard position. Here's Arenas. 12-point lead, their biggest of the game. Pass to Sabonis. Here's Drexler. Lets it fly. And he knocks the jumper down. Drexler's got 10 points in the game.
And just executing at a high level. I mean, taking what the defense allows and putting in the work.
Yeah, come on. They're just having their way out there and continuing to press the advantage.
Hero, he's checked in for Miami. Rozier, left side. Nails it. And he's 1 for 5 with that one.
And what I love about Rozier is his fearlessness as a scorer. Inside, outside, in between, it doesn't matter. I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over. And as we head into this break, the players have an opportunity to replenish their energy with Gatorade as they prepare to go into the final stages of this ball game.
Absolutely. Over the course of a game, not to mention over the course of a season, you have to stay hydrated. If you don't, it's amazing how much slower your body is to bounce back. It can have a serious effect on performance, no question.
So it's Miami now. After the basket by Albuquerque on the other end. And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it.
Into the game for your home team. Wade.
Here's Jovic. No made baskets yet. Hero, the pass to Rozier. 6 to shoot. Rejected. In transition, here they come.
But that was some by-the-book basketball. Blocks the shot, gets out in transition, and finishes strong.
Offensively, it's been a struggle for them.
Yeah, they need to string together some shots to have any kind of chance.
And that's out of bounds. Miami will keep it. So for Miami, Adebayo's checked in for Jovic, and Jaquez is subbed in for Highsmith. Robinson with a steal. In transition, here they come. Here's Worthy, and they're going to count that bucket, and they'll send him to the line. It could be a three-point play.
They're really dictating the tempo on both ends of the court. You love it.
Absolutely. They're playing their game and executing at a real high level. Everything is working for them right now.
Now here's Rozier to halt the run, and he lays it up and in. Rozier's got his second basket of the game.
Phenomenal at creating scoring opportunities for himself. Rozier with a merciless dribble move. They're simply not missing. Unreal.
Well, as a coach, this is when you enjoy what you're watching. Your team playing well and everything just flowing.
Here's Rozier after the basket by Albuquerque on the other end. Off they go. It's a 3-on-1 break. Pass to Worthy. Outside Robinson. Here's Duncan. No points so far. Goes back up. No good off the back of the rim. And they'll get another chance. Wade, the pass to Worthy. Out of bounds. It'll be Miami's ball. So for Miami, Robinson comes in for Hero. And Richardson subbed in for Rozier. Hill, he's checked in for Albuquerque. And here's Adebayo. He'll bring it up for the Heat. 19-point game. 1:56 left to play in the half. Pass to Jaquez. Now Adebayo. On the wing, Richardson. They shoot again. Adebayo, no good. Albuquerque leading by 19. Here's Worthy. Offensive rebound. Oh, a terrific shot on the turnaround. Worthy's got 7 points.
He means business. Unlikely to be a comeback on his watch.
Well, this is how you shut the door, right? You keep making good shots and you build the lead.
Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over.
Coach definitely wants to talk about their interior defense, which has not been impressive.
Yeah, it's basically a layup line. You're not going to win many games if you can't offer more resistance than that.
Butler can't get it to go. Oh, there's a killer two-hand slam.
With two hands on the rock, he powers it through.
Totally in control, protecting the ball the whole way. And 1:01 left in the first half. Here's Richardson, and he dunks it down.
I'll tell you, those finishes are always extra special when they come from your point guard.
Oh, forget about his passing. Can we see more dunking?
Wow, that is an impressive vertical for a point guard. My goodness.
Hill with the steal. Here we go, all alone.
And I think that play tells you everything you need to know. They're simply playing at a higher level, getting a steal and turning it into quick points.
And it's Miami's ball. 32 seconds left in the first half. Now here's Butler. He's scoreless.
The rebounding numbers make it obvious why they're in front.
Well, the rebounding battle tells the story. There's a big gap between them right now.
Pass to Duncan. Right side Hill. There's the triple. Sinks it from distance. Hill's got 5 points now this quarter.
Well, the defense can't lose track of him. He's just too talented offensively. Well, he sends it inside where they can get a high percentage look. That's just great basketball.
From deep three-point land. No good on the buzzer beater. And so it's out.
With a score, your home team, 12. The visiting team, 36.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Hero and Jaquez Jr. are out on the perimeter. The duo inside, Butler and Adebayo. And it's Rozier in at the point guard position. That's the group for Eric Spoelstra starting the second half. And here's Rozier. Shot clock at 6. Hero for 3. And it's Albuquerque with a rebound. Here's Drexler. Adebayo grabs the board. Adebayo's got 4 rebounds now. Pass to Butler. Missed it, even after all of those chances. On offense, here's Albuquerque. Wade drives in. Shoots over Rozier. Here's Worthy. Butler covering. And the whistle blows as the basket counts. Chance at a three-point opportunity here. One free throw coming up. Miami making a switch here. Jovic is checked in. And this is his second attempt at the line tonight. Now Hero. No points yet. Time called here. Miami decides to talk it over.
Yeah, hoping to tap into something that'll get them clicking.
Yeah, they just have to be more patient. Less forcing and more passing.
Your dance team. Give them a hand, fans. Your youth dance team.
Here's Rozier. No good. A bit long that time. And here's Albuquerque now. They haven't given up any points here in the second half. Here's Arenas. They grab their own miss. Worthy passes to Arenas. Here's Drexler. And again, it's Albuquerque missing.
Yeah, and the defense has really got to tighten up on him. I mean, he's just too dangerous from the three-point line.
Away team foul.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
First personal foul.
That free throw good from Rozier.
And when you look at Rozier, such a fantastic scorer, a gear-shifting, talented guard who continues to improve.
Bryant, he's checked in for Miami. Highsmith comes in for Jaquez. Here's Worthy. He's got 10. Shot from the wing. Rebound Miami. And now around 2 minutes gone by in this half. Now here's Rozier. Tightly guarded. And again, no good by Miami.
Great anticipation defensively. I love how he turned an easy look into a difficult play.
And that's what you have to do. Protect the house.
Abdul-Jabbar's shot is good.
Oh, he has a lot of tools in the toolkit. That right there was just one of them.
And so Hero will bring it up for Miami.